caught me. I didn't realize it was going to start before I put that down. Anyway, so update. I don't remember the last time that I did an update and what was going on with me then. So let me see. I've done one since June. That's when I was in the hospital with a small bowel obstruction, and I got the, they did the diagnostic laparoscopy. Thought I had a hernia. It wasn't a hernia. It was an adhesion. They clipped that. And I've been fine from that standpoint ever since. Then, let's see, I ended up getting orthotics for my shoes. Here, I'll show you, because I know you're just so interested. They're super sexy. Okay, so this is these are actually nursing shoes. They're Allegria. If you look at my Facebook page, you'll see every now and then I like the Allegria shoes because they have some really cute styles. And most nursing shoes can be boring, so these are really cute. So anyway, this goes into the shoe. I have a really high arch, which is that part. So this goes in the shoe, and since I've started using these, the leg cramps are not near as bad that had been keeping me up all night. Now, let's see, the last time I fell was actually when I was going over to be fitted for these things. I was walking across the street and feet went out from under me and I fell, so I haven't fallen since then. These have helped tremendously, like I said, with the Charcot-Marie tooth issue with the cramping that I was having. Plus I got started on Neurontin, which is helping a lot. I take 300 milligrams a day and that works for me. So let me see, that gets you updated on my health from the last, maybe the last video. I don't, like I said, I can't remember if I did one since June or not. But anyway, then, so this weekend, so today is September 11th, and this weekend, Saturday, I slept all day long, had no energy, could not wake up, could not do anything. So, slept all day, and didn't know what was wrong, but I checked my blood pressure because John's got a blood pressure machine. He's been checking his, so I checked my blood pressure, and it was like, I don't know if it was 70s over 30s that day or 80s over 40s, but anyway, my normal is about 100 over 60, and I feel pretty good at that. I always have. Even when I was 300 pounds, I still had like 100 over 60 blood pressure. So I didn't feel good at all, so I slept all day. Well, then Sunday, we had tickets to the Bucks versus Panthers game, which I won't even go into the score about because we lost. And John bought those tickets months ago, and I didn't feel like going, but I didn't want to let him down. It's really his first big outing since he had his surgery, and that's another update I need to give you. But anyway, so I ventured out anyway, but my blood pressure again was 80s over 40s that day. So, and I'd been having a little bit of chest pain, really didn't feel good. Probably because I was dehydrated, and so I thought, well, I'll go by the hospital on the way home and get, you know, maybe an IV fluid bolus. Well, once I walked into it's the hospital I work at, which means nothing, but anyway, once I went into the ER and mentioned to them that, yeah, you know, my blood pressure's low and I've had a little bit of chest pain, it was like, EKG, gotta get cardiology involved, and they started doing all these heart tests, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with my heart is fine. I just need a little bit of IV fluid and I'm going to be fine. Never gave me IV fluid. Never. In fact, I was discharged from the hospital yesterday. Today's Tuesday, so I was discharged from the hospital. Just had to stay overnight. They did a stress test and all kinds of other crap to me. Serial enzymes, serial EKGs, all kinds of mess. And discharged me yesterday afternoon with the same blood pressure that I went in with. It was like 84 over 45. I mean, WTF, right? Never gave me IV fluid. But by that point, I was like, just let me out of here. I'll do this over the counter by myself, you know. So I, all day today, have made a deal with myself that for every cup of coffee I drink, I will drink 2 cups of non-coffee, either water, you know, with the Crystal Light packs in it, or Gatorade, G2, which I absolutely hate Gatorade, but G2 makes it tolerable. It's got less sugar in it, and I don't, so I have to worry about the sugar. So that's what I've done today, and I've done really good. This is actually only my, how many cups of coffee does this make? Let's see. This is probably this is the 4th cup, so I'm doing pretty good because now it's 8 o'clock at night. I won't have any more after that, but I will drink some more other fluid. So, that's my update, health-wise. Weight's still like the same. I mean, I've gained weight this last year, but I'm still in the 140s, which is where Dr. Bauman wanted me to be. So, for all intents and purposes, I'm maintaining where I need to be. So, that's not a big deal. We've moved. This is, I would show you, but I'm in the middle of cooking dinner, and I suck at this whole cooking thing, and I have made an absolute mess in the kitchen. Not to mention we haven't finished unpacking yet, so there's boxes everywhere. So I will do a video eventually of the house. I told Janie I would, and I will, but not yet because it's still a mess. But we moved from a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house with no garage to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a garage, and there's a really neat loft upstairs, which is where John is right now. And that's where we've got we've made like our den up there, and also in the living room right now, there was a refrigerator in this house when we moved in, but I like my refrigerator that I had just gotten not too long before, but it was right before John's surgery, and so he got the refrigerator moved as far as the living room, but it wouldn't fit out the door. So it's still sitting there because now he can't move anything that heavy, and my oldest son he weighs a lot less than I do, and that refrigerator would probably kill him if he tried to move it. So anyway, there it sits until John can lift again. So, he's 3 weeks post-op today. I'm at like almost 7 minutes, so I'll try to do a quick video. And I told him he needs to do these videos, so I'm going to try to get him more involved so you guys can see him. But anyway, he's 3 weeks post-op today. I think he's lost 25 pounds. And he's doing really good. The night of surgery, his surgery was on the 21st of August, and on night of surgery, wee hours in the morning, probably about 2 o'clock in the morning, that morning, he started bleeding, and we didn't know right away. So he woke me up about 4:30. His nurse had been coming in and out, like emptying out the drain every few minutes, and it would fill like right back up. So he finally woke me up and said, "I think I'm bleeding." And I looked at the drain, and of course, being, a bariatric nurse, or a nurse having taken care of bariatric patients, and knowing what I was looking at surgically post-op, I knew he was bleeding. So I was terrified, couldn't let him know that I was terrified, but I've never seen a drain do what his was doing in all of the years that I've been doing this job. So, if you know what normal is, then you know what abnormal is as soon as you see it. That's what they taught me in nursing school, and I knew that was abnormal. So I told the nurse, "You go call the doctor, let me take care of emptying this drain every couple seconds. You go do the other stuff to get things moving," because I figured he's either going to go back to the operating room or he needs blood transfusion, and he hadn't been typing screen and all that stuff. So the nurse went and did all that, and I played nurse at the bedside. After a few minutes, the nurse hadn't come back, and I was starting to get more and more concerned, and still emptying drains. I emptied out 1 liter, probably in the course of an hour. He had lost 1 liter of blood that I personally had measured, so I knew that it was accurate, and it was blood. It wasn't other fluid. It was blood. So I said, "John, you're going to be fine," and remained perfectly calm, and went out in the hall and was like, "Where are you?" So did the whole. I was the wife at that point and very concerned. And I told the guy, I said, "Okay, John works in healthcare, and I'm a nurse, and he's scared to death because he knows what this means." He was also watching his vital signs because they had him hooked up still to the blood pressure, heart rate, all that stuff. And his blood pressure was dropping and his heart rate was sky high, and that's also a sign of hemorrhaging. So he knew what was happening, which only made him that much more concerned and that much more worried, and blood pumping that much faster. So I tried to keep him calm while I was in the room, but I was definitely not calm about the whole situation. Long story short, by the time the doctor got there, the bleeding had sealed itself off, and the doctor explained it as if it looked like it was continuing, his and his blood count was dropping, he was definitely going to have to go back to the operating room. But that by that time it had slowed down significantly, and it probably was in the process of sealing itself off. It was explained that sometimes at the part where they join the pieces together, that there are lots of vessels in there, and sometimes one will break free and do exactly what it was doing. And it's not a leak, so I don't want to say leak and then everybody get worried. So he did not have a leak. It was just a vessel that was bleeding, and I forget what he called it, but anyway, that's what it was. And it miraculously sealed itself off. His blood count did end up dropping to the point where he required one unit of blood, which is not bad because it could have been much worse. And he's been pretty tired. Plus, I've had him running since we got him home. It's just I've had a lot to do. You know, I mean, we just moved in and we've had a lot of errands to do. So I'd say, come on, get in the car, let's go. You know, do whatever. So he's done really good, all things considered. He's got more energy now than he did before, but he's finally to the point where he's eating some tuna and tolerating. He's sick of soup, and he's sick of, you know how it is. He's sick of those shakes and whey protein and all that stuff. But he's, from day one, since we've been home, he's been able to get all of his fluid in. He's doing much better than I am actually on fluid. He also gets all of his protein in every single day. So we can't complain. He's doing great, and 3 weeks out, he's like I said, I think he's lost 25 pounds, so not bad at all. So that's our update. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I've left out, because Lord knows it'll be a while before I do another video. I'll say I'll do one, and you know, life gets in the way. Oh, I got another job. I left the bariatric department, and y'all know I love bariatrics. It's you know, that's where my heart is. And I love bariatric patients. But it was time for a change for a lot of reasons, and so I changed now. I am a surgical clinical reviewer. I have this title that's like, I can't even show you here. Anyway, it's that long. How do you like that? It's called the NSQIP SCR for the ACS, which is the American College of Surgeons National Surgical Quality Improvement Program Surgical Clinical Reviewer. And what I do is help collect data that helps work on quality improvement programs, work together with the surgeons at the hospital collecting some data. And I'll explain more about that if you're interested in it, but you're probably not. Just know that I left bariatrics, but I still love bariatrics and love Dr. Moore, and highly recommend Tampa General Hospital if you're going to have bariatric surgery and you're in this area. So, you know, no hard feelings there. It was a choice I decided, you know, it was time to do. So I did it. And love my new boss, and still at Tampa General Hospital. That was important to me that I stay there because I really do love that hospital. They have great benefits. Money's fantastic. And, you know, I drive a long way to get there. It's almost 30 miles from home. Totally worth it. I enjoy Tampa General. So that's my update. Before this thing cuts me off, I'm going to go ahead and go. Leave me a message below if you have any questions specifically, or inbox me if you don't want to post it out loud where everybody can see it, and I'll be glad to answer it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.